Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten's here. Mountbatten here. And today I wanted to talk with you guys about, well, my experience with these new ships, the Small Lynx and the Colbert. As most of you guys know, I mostly play battleships and I mostly play tier 10. I do play other classes now, but I still mostly play only battleships. That's what started this channel, and I just enjoy playing battleships. I love the power, I love the size, love the handling. I really like secondary builds. So Gross Occur First, Republic, Alsace, Bismarck, Massachusetts, Georgia. Those are some of my favorite ships in the game. And with the introduction of ships like the Small Lynx and the Colbert, they have been severely hampered, shall we say, with the introduction of these new ships, because all those ships that I just listed are, of course, extremely susceptible to HE spam. Now, I mentioned in yesterday's and the day before's video that with the Small Lynx and Colbert replays is that while the players piloting those ships were doing very little damage with each shell hit, still just the never-ending rainbow of HE, it's extremely annoying. And you can't help but feel like, especially when you're playing a battleship, you're angling properly, you're doing everything you can to try and stay alive, and your health is, regardless of what you're doing, still disappearing before your very eyes. You can't help but feel cheated because they're just slinging HE at you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, and you're still losing a not insignificant amount of health because of it. And this is, of course, mainly due to the fires. In the replay that you're watching right now, matchmaking really screwed my team and put a Small Lynx and Colbert on the enemy team. Now, of course, does that mean that the enemy team is going to win right away? No, but they certainly have an advantage there, and we didn't even get a ship like that. And of course, that's not necessarily matchmaking fault, because right now these ships aren't widely available. Well, they're available, but they do take some time for people to get. Small Lynx, of course, you need the coal for it, and Colbert is, of course, available through the Research Bureau, where you either have to convert a ton of ship XP to free XP, or spend time grinding lines. Re-grinding lines. But these ships are just annoying as crap to deal with. And something's gotta give, in my opinion, because yes, this isn't insanely OP, but it is insanely annoying. Is it OP? I would say it's definitely that both ships, the Small Lynx, more so the Small Lynx, it's definitely, I know some people are just screaming it's OP, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not insanely OP. Is it more powerful than it probably should be? Yes, but I do think the route of rapid firing HE spammy ships is not healthy for the game, because it's not fun to be under constant just HE fire, regardless of whatever ship class that you play. It's not fun. It's annoying as hell. And I'm playing the Kremlin in this video, probably one of the best battleships to deal with HE because of its fast cooldown damage con. So it can really just, they can set a couple fires, put it out, set a couple fires, wait, not even probably 30-20 seconds by the time that other damage comes cooled down. By the time fires have started to burn for 10-15 seconds, then you can put it out again with another damage con. Although it is limited, which is a big weak spot. And still, just the amount of fire damage that I take and the amount of HE shells that I eat, it's like, come on, guys, really? And I'm 90% sure most of the damage that I take in this game is just HE. And again, like I've said before, I understand that in order to have a game like this, HE can't be true to how it was in real life, which it would be completely ineffective against battleships. And I've said that before, and I said that I understand that, but I'm just remembering back in the day where the most HE spammy cruiser that you would run across at tier 10 was the Salem. or I mean, or the Salem or the Des Moines, and that was a 5-second reload, and that was spammy back in the day. And now we've got the small links in the Colbert with freaking 16 guns that reload in under 3 seconds, and it's like, oh god, come on, really? And yes, these ships are fairly squishy, I'm finding, when they get out in the open, because with a lot of battleship shells, you unfortunately just overpin the suckers, and I think that should definitely be changed, because my god, you have such just revenge factor going on when you meet these ships out in the open. I mean, both times here, I just see, and you see, I do get a little bit of retribution against both ships. The one at the end, though, I felt like I was definitely cheated of that kill, but you guys will see what I'm talking about. But it's just like, they can just constantly hit you over and over and over and over again, and you sitting here in a battleship, and, you know, 90% of your accuracy is entirely, well, maybe not 90%, 70% of the factors going into you actually hitting this is whether or not RNG likes you today or not. Being all, they can just keep just drilling into your ship. So I think if they don't want to change the ships, they either need to rework damage con to where it has a faster cooldown, or it's active for longer on all battleships for sure, and maybe some of the larger cruisers as well, because I mean, you pop it, and unless you're the Americans, it doesn't stay active for that long, and it certainly doesn't give you enough time to get out of sight or to go dark and just run away from the ship. Now, of course, if you're being spotted by a destroyer, then that's a completely different situation. That's teamwork. But if you just get spotted and this cruiser can set 3-4 fires on you in a matter of seconds, and you pop damage con and it goes off cooldown, they can set another 3 or 4 fires on you in a matter of seconds. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's fair. And because you don't get a chance to get yourself out of that situation. And I understand BBs are large, they're slow, they're visible, but my god, when you're being HE spammed 16, 17 kilometers away, and you pop damage con to put out 3 fires, and as soon as damage con goes off of cooldown, as soon as it goes off of active, and you get set on fire again 2 or 3 more times, I'm sorry, but being forced to let that many fires burn, that's not an insignificant amount of damage happening to your ship, even with the recent nerf to the burn times. But I'm sorry, floating time got nerfed. Burn time hasn't been nerfed yet. But, and I know people will just say, well, make a survivability build. Captain builds and module builds, I don't feel like you should be forced into just, you know, having one build on your ship. And if you don't, you're going to become, you know, and if you don't, you're going to have a significant disadvantage. That's the whole point of having builds. That's why I haven't changed my Grosser Curvers build from a secondary build to a survivability build. Yes, my ship will survive longer, but I enjoy the secondary build more. And it's just so infuriating that when I come across one of these ships in game, it's just like, well, I know he's going to target me. I know I'm probably going to die from it. And there's not, in the grand scheme of things, not a whole lot I can do about it. So that's, of course, one way they could fix it. Another way is if they would change the ships, I don't know, maybe shorten their range, because I think it's ridiculous that you can just be under a rainbow of HE from 17, 16-ish kilometers away. That's a little much. I mean, the Atlanta's got a 12-kilometer range down at Tier 7, so maybe 15, 14-ish, because, I mean, it's annoying. It's infuriating. Well, maybe not 15 or 14. That's a bit close. That's a bit short for Tier 10. But, I don't know. Maybe make them more less accurate. Because, again, just the ability to just drill one ship over and over and over and over again, it's annoying. I know I've said that many times during this video, but it is annoying. And, of course, there's the IFHE changes that are supposedly coming soon, but again, we haven't heard much on them. Now, another interesting solution to this would, of course, be the addition of submarines, because most of these ships camp behind islands, And I mean, I'm more than willing to grind out to a tier 10 submarine to go hunt me some HE spammers behind islands that have just, you know, tormented me so much in my battleship. Now I get a bit of payback in them via submarine, which, I mean, again, submarines, I wasn't that excited when they announced it. Now looking at it from that aspect, it's kind of like, hey, you know, I can finally get some payback because they're hiding behind islands, and of course their shell arcs mean that you can't do squat against them. But if I can hop on the submarine and go sink me a couple of those, I might feel a bit better about that. But oh god, and of course having a good carrier helps. But I mean, the way carriers are going, it's who knows what carriers are going to be in the next patch. Are they going to be overpowered or are they going to be underpowered? We don't know. We just got to wait and see how that works out. But yeah, I just really think that Wargaming does not need to. They need to take a break from these rapid firing HE spamming cruisers. Just take a freaking 4 or 5 month break from adding any more of these into the game. Wargaming is not healthy for the game. And like I said at the start of this video, no, they aren't insanely OP, but they're annoying. It's not fun to be the focus of their attention. And just stop. Just take a break. This is enough. Add in some more heavy cruisers and just chill for a bit. That's my advice right now. And I am saying this mostly off the top of my head, but I just had to let you guys know what I think about these cruisers, especially after featuring both of them on the channel in the past couple of days. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, let me know what you think about the Smollings and the Colbert in the comments down below. Drop a like and subscribe. We're on our way to 4,000 subscribers, and we are under 80 subscribers away from that goal. You guys have been awesome with the subscriptions lately. Anyway, I'm going to go and, I don't know, try and sink some of these cruisers now. But anyway, guys, hope you have a wonderful Friday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.